Hello, my friends. Welcome back. My name is Jack. You are the snack that smiles back. I'm just a person talking. See, I share the title. We're doing stories today, of course, this time in some relationship and dating advice. We've got Emily back here. Emily, say hello.
Hello.
Hello. Let's go. First story. Curious to know about starting a relationship that begins as long distance. I'm curious to know if anyone has started a serious relationship with someone who is a long distance away. I know most long distance relationships do not begin that way, but I was wondering if it's as uncommon as I thought. Personally, I've always been picky, and a lot of the women I'm really attracted to do not live in my area, or sometimes even the same state. So I've always thought about this issue. I know it's rare, but is that uncommon with everything we have in 2021? Yeah, don't waste your time with them, man. They don't work. It's just not worth it. Yeah. Anyway, what's your thoughts, girlfriend who lives in a different state than me?
Oh, are we together? You just said it didn't work, so I assumed that was you breaking up with me.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what. Yeah. Got you.
Got you back!
Anyway, moving on. Should I give her a second chance? So, there's this girl I've known for about a month now. We really liked each other, and we had our first kissy kiss about 1 week into our friendship, but we are not together. Just so-called friends with benefits.
What are the benefits?
Oh my god.
I got to kiss her once.
Gotta kiss a woman? Then we decided that we should get something to bite on Friday. Friday comes, but I needed to pick up some money. My mom drove off, so now I gotta ride the bike, otherwise I won't make it in time. Okay, I'm starting to realize maybe these people
like,
are
young.
I was genuinely thinking like mid-20s.
Yeah.
You are some very Puritan Christians, aren't you? I had to ride 5 kilometers there and back, and your boy was tired. Yes, I got the money, but now I'm all sweaty and gross. I wanted to call off the date to a Saturday, but she started getting upset with me, and all I'm gonna say, things got disrespectful on her end. And your boy ain't tolerating that. He's an alpha male. And he's going to control his woman, especially if she's trying to be with me. Then she gotta know to treat me right.
Sir, you alright?
Oh, I was open to you. Now I'm as open to you as a Christian nun. Not at all. Seal tight. That's a tasteful joke. Approve of me!
What was that line? I ain't tolerating that.
I decided to call off the whole date because I ain't got no time for all that, and I got other baddies in my rotation. What is this talk?
What is going on? You were just so excited to have one kiss with her, and now you're like, I got other baddies in my rotation.
I feel
Do
like
you hold hands with them?
I can't tell if we're just old for not respecting the slang or this person's just cringy at their attempt to try and seem hip. She started texting me on my phone like 24/2 for 2 days, and the whole time I was ghosting her. On the second day, she texted my sister to spy on me and stuff and tell me to text her back. Now, this is the time where I got ticked off, because I don't like my family getting involved in my business. So, I decided to hit her back and tell her straight up, now you fricked up. Don't talk to me. Don't call me. Don't text me. Don't go up to me in public. I'm done. And I blocked her. The next day in school, she came up to me with tears in her eyes and begged for forgiveness, and I forgave her. We got along pretty well after that. We had
Sure,
snacks.
it wasn't that good for her.
Yeah. And we got into a relationship until she wanted a break. Well, it's only been a week since our relationship started. Are you of legal age to be even having sex?
Well, in his next paragraph, he got drunk, so...
Oh my god, okay. She said she needed a break because of her own mental health issues and things going on at home. I agreed, and we went back to being friends with benefits. Yeah, neither of you have the emotional maturity for a relationship. Honestly.
What about his other baddies? Where did they go?
Oh yeah, what's those other baddies they're talking about, huh? Until my friend's birthday came around and I got drunk as frick with my friends. I told my friend about how I started talking to this girl and he said, dude, I literally made out with her. We got high as frick and started kissing. I was shocked. And it turns out she made out with this dude the day after I called off the date and ghosted her.
You don't own her.
You don't like your family getting in your own business? This is you literally trying to get into her own business. I found this out while we were on this break. I blocked her on everything and I refuse to talk to her in school when she approaches me. What should I do?
Go to therapy.
Yeah, look at some bloody books on how to be mature in any relationship.
It just sounds so fake. Did anybody comment if it was fake?
No comments.
Oh, no comment.
No comments.
Everybody probably looked at it and was like, no.
Yep.
2 days ago.
2 days ago.
Yeah,
No comments.
nobody
No one's
cares.
even given this person a the light of day. This next story has an actual update, but we'll go from the original first. My 27-year-old female boyfriend, who's 29, said that nothing could ever compare to his ex-girlfriend. Would make you feel so secure as a partner. We have been dating for 4 years. I am a bit insecure about his ex. She is a drop-dead gorgeous woman who is very successful, while I am just a mousy accountant. Mosey? Mousy? This is gonna be another pediatrician thing.
Mousy?
Mousy? They used to run in the same social circle, and I have met her a few times. She is always the center of attention. She is witty, charming, and articulate. He has never compared us, and he has always assured me that he wants to be with me. Yeah, are you sure you're not just also equally attracted to her? Maybe you got a bit of bias in you.
How the turntables have turned.
He doesn't talk about that relationship a lot, but he feels one of his friends is in a bad relationship. So he was talking about his relationship with his ex to his friend, and while he was doing that, he explained it this way. He said, "It felt like skydiving without knowing if your parachute will work." And then, he said when the parachute did open, it was the best feeling in the world and nothing could compare to it. But it was really stressful and you wouldn't know where you are until you try to open it. So I keep replaying this in my head, and he jokes that our relationship is like a blanket. It makes me feel so freaking insecure. My mind is making a huge deal of it, and I feel like he settled for me. I don't know, it feels like I am making too big a deal out of it. Now this is interesting. I can understand this mainly from the guy's perspective. I've had amazing relationships in the past that I wouldn't say could compare at this rate to anything else yet, but your first time experiencing anything is going to be amazing. Nothing's going to compare. You'll always love the first time you experience something.
His last relationship, he was like, "Oh, you opened the parachute, right?" He's fallen from a plane to his death and he doesn't know if the parachute's going to open or not. He doesn't know if this relationship is sustainable for him or his partner. And he's like, "Oh, I'm so worried. But when I pulled it, thankfully it opened."
Yeah.
Right? And then he explains his current relationship as a blanket, like a safety blanket that you wear and you keep warm, that you hold close to you all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So like if you think about it that way,
Yes.
you'd rather be the safety blanket than, flailing to your death hoping that someone packed the parachute, right?
Let's see the update. I was psyching myself up to talk to him, but I didn't have to. He told me he wanted to tell me about his last relationship. He said he had realized the way he talked about it wasn't right, and probably gave the wrong impression, and he had taken his time to work through this in therapy, so he never felt the need to talk about it. Way to make her wet.
What a well-adjusted man.
I went to therapy about this. It was pretty tough hearing him speak. She had been a control freak who expected him to be the perfect boyfriend, and when he was the perfect boyfriend, she would be the perfect girlfriend. But if he fricked up even slightly, she would yell at him and make his life miserable. Oh, look at that. Toxic.
Oh, wow. Look at me, nailing this parachute analogy.
The worst part was he never knew what would set her off, and hence the parachute analogy. He had felt his friend was in the love bombing stage of the relationship where the sun and the moon was promised. He had a long discussion about a lot of things that happened, and I think I get it now. He told me he felt incredibly safe with me. Round of applause to Emily freaking nailing this.
And I haven't even read that story, so...
And honestly, I suspected the relationship was bad because all of his friends were incredibly welcoming to me, and they made a few comments about how happier he seemed in our relationship. He also said a lot of positive things about our relationship, but I am embarrassed to write them out. She gives good head.
Oh. How do you know? How do you know, Jack? Huh?
I don't know. She's just like a head to lie on, a head to rest on.
It's the least comfortable thing to lay on.
Yeah. I like rock. I think what I needed to get was that my parents had always wanted me to be someone like his ex. He doesn't.
Your parents have higher expectations of you.
Yeah, screw your parents.
Happy and content with this man, and so is he.
Don't date your parents. That's your lesson.
Dump their ass.
No, nice to know that one has a happy ending. Next story. My 22-year-old girlfriend, who's 19, crossed the line and I don't know what to do. We've been together for 6 months. We have a good relationship. She's loving, caring, super smarty pants, everything I could ask for. The problem is that lately, she's been invalidating my emotions and feelings. And it's a weird thing because she's been through emotional abusive relationships. Hence, she should be the first to know that invalidating someone's feelings is horrible. Sounds like she's projecting her pain onto you. Well, Yesterday, I wanted to have a conversation about how it makes me feel when she acts hostile towards me for no reason, or when she calls me sensitive and victim for communicating my feelings. She then entered the "Okay, tell me what bothers you and be quick, because I don't have time to argue with you. I'm too lazy to text right now" mood. Then I told her, once again, that I only want her to stop invalidating how I feel, and if she could actually listen to what I'm saying. Well, she kept telling me that she wasn't invalidating my feelings, but she thinks I'm just oversensitive, and should stop taking her rude comments like insults. Then she told me that I should know she's like that when she communicates via WhatsApp, so I told her to call me and talk. She agreed, and this is when she did something I'd have never expected. While she was talking, I could clearly see she was just not interested in solving anything. So I said, "You don't really care about this, do you?" And her response was, "I actually don't give a frick about it." Dump.
Cancel pickup, just put her on the side of the street where she belongs.
Oh! I hung up the telephone and went to sleep because I was very shocked. How can she act like that? What the f? She then started texting that she loves me and she doesn't know why she said that. I guess maybe she's normalized the experience of just, I don't get validated for my feelings in the past, so why should I have to validate anyone else's when they're doing the same thing I was shamed for doing? I've learned that that is something to be ashamed of. Get over it. I've had to, so you have to. So I can understand her suddenly being like, oh wait, now that I'm actually thinking about the consequences of my actions, that's actually a wrong thing of me to do. But that said, shouldn't require you to absolutely destroy your partner's emotional vulnerability for you to learn that. There is an edit though. Ooh-wee. Hello, I've been reading your comments and you are right. She also suffered emotional abuse from her parents when she was young, and her mum still fricks with her head. Also, she is very emotionally unstable and very negative and suffers from anxiety. She now texted me that she didn't mean what she said, that she was just joking because she didn't see the situation as something important. From her perspective, it's just me complaining about stupid stuff. That's not a...
Complaining about stupid stuff. You're upset with
Sorry,
your life.
I just think you need to understand I don't care about it, so I'm excused. Like, what? Yes, okay, you've had a bad past, you've had a bad upbringing. That explains, it doesn't excuse. I say that a lot, but it really is true. Fascinating, because I don't think the OP has mentioned them ever actually profusely apologizing.
That's not just stupid stuff. That's literally your partner asking for help and telling you about what's going on in their life. And you're like, it's just stupid stuff. It's fine. I don't care.
Yeah, curbside pickup. Do we have time for one last story?
Yes, make it quick.
Yeah, quick. One last story before M goes to Yuga. Absolute nightmare. My fiance, 37-year-old female, and I, 36-year-old male, have been having a rough time of it recently for the past 3 months or so. She has been going through some issues at work and has been pretty stressed out. We have a 6-year-old daughter and have been together for 8 years. We have a good sex life and we think, I think, enjoy each other's company. In July, out of total curiosity, never done this before, I looked at her phone while she was asleep. I noticed a message from a number saved under a random name. There was nothing in the message except for a text from her saying, "So you like see-through bras?" And a response from him saying, let me think about that. Yeah! This obviously set alarm bells off and naturally aroused my suspicions. Said nothing as it could have been something totally out of context. Anyway, next time I checked her phone, all trace of the message was gone. Over the next few weeks, I checked her phone and found out this is a guy she works with. They have been calling each other for quite long periods of time, 30 minutes or so, fairly regularly. Oh, buddy. I had noticed during this period of time we fought a bit more than usual, usually over stupid stuff that rapidly escalated into days of not talking, behavior that I would have been unfamiliar with not that long ago. Anyway, while this was going on, we are still making future plans, working on our house and hanging out, etc. as usual. I forgot about looking at her phone and couldn't be bothered with it as she changes her PIN more regularly than an undercover spy agent. Just the other day, I left my phone on record in the house while I went to work, picked up a flirty conversation between the two of them about meeting up and her coming up to see him at his house. This knocked me for 6 as there is a lot at stake. Houses, child, friends, way of life, etc. Conversation had nothing sexual, but there was innuendo, and I would describe the whole tone of the conversation as two people who are on the opening throes of an intimate relationship where everything is exciting, fresh, and fun. She has never mentioned this guy's name to me once, even though she works with other guys who she mentions to me regularly. I've even met some of them, and they seem like good dudes. They are both shift workers, and in the recorded conversation, she plans to go see him before she starts work on a night shift this week. So, she has already told me that her shift begins at 12 and finishes at 7 a.m. I expect her now to change this story and say that she has been rostered as a 12-hour shift so she can go to his house before she starts her shift. I plan to follow her to his house, wait until she goes inside, then ring the doorbell, wait until she appears, then leave. P.S. I don't plan on making a scene. I've processed this in my head for so long that I'm ready for almost any outcome. I love her, but won't be treated like a fool. I'm so sad that our daughter may have to grow up where her mum and dad don't live under the same roof anymore, as she loves our family unit. I'm capable of forgiveness, but I don't think trust can be rebuilt due to the depth of deception. All feedback welcome. She's cheating. Let's not doubt that. Curious if anyone offers some valid suggestions here in the comments. Yeah, more power to you. In all seriousness, it sounds like she's already cheating. Whether or not anything physical has happened at this point, I'm glad you found out now rather than later down the road. That's a good point.
They're not married.
At least you're not legally married. Sorry she turned out to be a disgusting person. By the fact you're not legally married, you can try and take as much as you can and just ditch some downvotes. Okay. Or, and this may sound weird, you actually talk to the person you were intimate enough with to share a house and a kid, instead of writing a whole epistle to us about it. But yeah, following her would work too. Although something tells me you'd convince yourself it's strictly platonic, but next time if she goes into his bedroom naked, then you're actually going to say something about it. Maybe. I hope this is fake. No one is this naive. What do you think she changes her PIN? Because she likes to remember new combos?
Maybe she has issues at work with people looking at her phone. And instead of writing a whole thing on here, this is what Reddit is for. Don't come on here to read these stories if you're complaining about the people writing these stories.
But yeah, I kind of feel like maybe don't actually confront her just yet. I think, if anything, you should have...
Get your ducks in a row.
Yeah, get everything sorted out so you can just skirt while still being in the legal parameters of not having to get, sued in any kind kind of way.
I think you still can though, because they've been living together for so long.
Oh,
After a certain point in time, you have equal rights to half of their things.
Well, now's your chance to plant the seed in your child that the mum's a horrible person. No.
Oh, don't.
Come on. Nothing wrong with a bit of
parenting.
toxic, problematic parenting. It's all fun and game. My parents did it to me and they turned out fine.
What about you? How'd you turn out, huh?
They turned out fine. That's where we're going to wrap things up. Thank you so much for watching. You've been an absolute gem for sticking around. If you did enjoy your time here, please like. They can also press a red button, which will do what, Emily?
Subscribe?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
She pays attention.
I wasn't ready for that pop quiz.
Yeah. Spicing things up in this relationship, making you have more responsibility on the videos. Thank you for watching. I honestly love your time here that you give to me, really supporting me out. And yeah, with that said, have a good one. Say goodbye, Em.
Bye.
Goodbye. Go away.
Oh, okay.
Go. No, not you. Them. They're still here. Go. Why are you... Go!